Warriors, welcome. Listen, right off the bat, I want to say thank you. Thank you so very much for making my newest book the #1 release on Amazon in the mental health and anxiety categories. If you haven't already picked up the book, head on over to Amazon.com and please pick up either the digital version or the hard copy today. Warriors, today's video is one that helps us dig deep into why we do what we do and why we feel the way we feel. I refer to these as the roots of resistance because many times out there, anxiety warriors, survivors, have the tools. They have all the tools and the skill sets. They have the support. They have everything they need, but there's something that's preventing them from gaining more progress, more momentum in the direction of the identity that they want to create. Now, today I'm talking about what's called introjecting. Introjecting is unconsciously and irrationally taking on the traits of others in order to form a tie. In order to form a tie. I'm going to refer back to this a little bit more as we go on in the video. But I want to give you an example of positive introjection and negative. Now, positive introjection means, okay, I'll give you an example, a personal story of mine. One of my favorite teachers back in high school passed away. I spent years with him. I loved the guy. I loved his energy. I loved his attitude. It looked like he had no stress in his life. He was enjoying his life. And I found out years later that he passed away. Now, I unconsciously formed a tie with this teacher by taking on two things: his posture and his laughter. People from high school started to go, "Hey, Dennis, you laugh just like so-and-so. Dennis, you walk just like so-and-so." And that's a positive way that I have implemented introjection in my life, taking on the traits of somebody else without knowing it. Now, people brought it to my attention, yes. And when they did, I had a choice of either continuing to do those things that I took on from the teacher or to change them. Now, a negative example of introjection is back in the day, I had someone that I was very close to who used to bite their nails all the time. Used to bite their nails all the time. And next thing I know, I started to bite my nails because I looked at that person as an authority figure. I looked at that person as someone that, wow, I want to have something that that person has. So I took on the trait of biting my nails. But here's what I did. That was a negative introjection, and I realized it because people were telling me about it. And so I started to wear the glove. The glove. And when I was wearing the glove, trying to bite my nails, it was kind of like, well, this isn't right. So I gave up the habit completely. So there are a couple of examples of my own life where, positively I introjected and negatively as well. Okay. Now, as adults, warrior, a recognition of this must be made. A recognition of this must be made. And it's up to you to make a decision whether to change these traits or to maintain them based on the results that you're getting. Okay? And so we introject because we want to form a tie with someone that we were looking up to in the past. But what's really important is to understand, hey, in the long run, continuing to partake in this habit that I am in, although it forms a tie, does it help me long term? And if the answer is yes, then there's nothing wrong with continuing to, do the things that those people were doing and to model yourself behind them now consciously before unconsciously. So that's fine. But if the answer is, this doesn't help me, you may want to find a way to make it impossible, key idea, to make it impossible for you to follow through with that negative habit that was formed because of introjection. Now, we also, if we think about the present day, we also become attracted to people that have the same characteristics as our authority figures, mainly mom and dad. So you'll see people that become attracted to people that resemble mom and dad. Now, that doesn't mean that mom and dad were very, very loving and positive, right? Because many times we get into relationships, right? A lot of people say, well, they ask them, why are you in this relationship? Well, I like playing hard to get. I like playing hard to get, whatever it may be, whatever that means. So you can see that people that get into relationships that they feel are too easy for them, even loving, even peaceful, they begin to associate that pleasant relationship as being too bland or boring. And they go search for the relationship that causes them a certain sense of drama, more trauma, right? More suffering. And you find these people doing this because that relationship that they have to work hard in resembles the kind of relationship that mom and dad had and the relationship that they had with their parents. So they are introjecting in this way. Warrior, it's so important to recognize, hey, have I taken on the traits? Am I mirroring people from my past right now just for the sake of feeling like I've formed a tie with them? I have a question for you, and I want you to ponder this question today because it's going to help you dig deeper into why you are stuck in the anxiety disorder that you are in. And this could very well be the reason, I can tell you that. The question is this thought or behavior my own? Or is it a mirror of someone else? Why don't you go ahead right here, right now, and begin writing down some of the thoughts that you pay attention to the most and act on the most, the behaviors that you implement the most throughout the day, and ask yourself whether those are created by you, right, through conscious work, or has it been created by you unconsciously because you have introjected that from somebody else from your past? You want to do this today. You want to spend some time on this today because I promise you, when you can reveal the roots of your resistance to change, because that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with people that are scared to change, right? They have associated a lot of negativity to change. They have associated a lot of negativity to things that are unfamiliar, therefore uncomfortable. Therefore, they talk themselves out of change. Don't let this be you. Please dig deep today and ask yourself that question again. Is this thought or behavior my own, or is it a mirror of someone else? Warrior, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Remember, call your mother and comment below on what you gained from this video. Remember that you are more than anxiety. Enjoy my latest book. Go pick it up on Amazon today.